And he just said that, oh, if the planes didn't fly, then I would anyway drive here. What a will to hear. And welcome to our event. And I'd like to welcome everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Radis Bomjan. Bomjan, I said Bomjan. So I would like to hand over the mic to Mr. Captain Bijay Lama. So thank you very much for your presence. So let's give a huge round of applause to Captain Bijay Lama.
Good evening. And I always start my talks with Jai Chandra Surya. Jai Chandra Surya. It sounds very energetic. It brings me a lot of that positive sense of belonging, a sense which always gives me a drive to move forward in life, believe in myself, believe in being what I am, believe in being most of all a Nepali living in this soil here, a beautiful place. I always call Nepal unimaginable Nepal. It's truly a very different country in total also when you look at it. I've traveled around the world, I've seen many parts of the world, I've flown over different various parts of the world, and I always wonder, what is wrong with us? What's happening? This is one country which has everything and yet we have nothing. There are countries, there are states which has nothing, but if you live there, it has everything. It is all based on your mind. Recently, I've been looking around, I've been going around, I've been doing this kind of talks for many, many years, trying to motivate a young generation to believe in yourself and to do something good. I had always wanted to fly as a child also, and I did that. But paragliding was one of those areas which I always wanted to explore also. It took me many, many years. Many, many years. I'm so proud of your initiation as the first paragliding pilot, right? So give a big round of applause. Amazing. In an indigenous society, we call it Janjati, right? The first ever was Captain Tamang in the field of aviation also. That's also recorded. Now he's recorded another one as Razis Thompson. He's also a Tamang, I guess, if I'm not mistaken, right? But caste has nothing to do. You have to understand it's important to be where you are, what you are, believe in yourself. You can always praise, you can always work for your tribe, you can always work for your caste. But overall, you have to understand we are Nepali. And this is where we belong, and this is what we are going to do. That is the reason why I came here. And that was the fact I told him, even if the flight had cancelled today, I would have driven. If my car didn't work also, I would have ridden my motorbike and come here. It doesn't take more than 4 hours for me, 4.5 hours. Last time I think Krishna knows, for nearly 6-7 days I was on a motorbike ride. I went even up to Muktinath on a roadster, Yamaha FZ 250cc, which is actually not an off-road bike. I made it. So if I could make it there, I can definitely make it here. Thank you for this August gatherings. Thank you especially Na. Thank you for organizing this talk. I think it's very important also when we start sharing our opinions, our ideas, our way of life. And I want to incorporate a few things into your system also. I'm sure you are aware of what you're doing. But I'm sorry, gentlemen, I'll be using some Nepali stuff if it's okay with you, okay? So that I can capture the broader spectrum of the crowd, make them understand also what I really want. The reason I wanted to do this is because I've always believed one life is one world. saving one life is saving the universe. That's what I believe in, you know. And we just had a talk at coffee break also. Prior to my coming here, I was with Krishna and his brother, and we were there talking. Life is not a joke. Life is not a joke. It's full of everything. You just have to know how to dig out of that life and make full use of that life. जीवनलाई हामीले जहिले पनि हत्केलामा राखेर हेर्नुपर्छ कि त्यसको तौल आफूले नै जोख्ने हो, अरूले जोखेर तपाईलाई यो भन्नेलाई. It's not about who says what to you. You have to understand what do you want to say about yourself. That is more important. I've been going around the world motivating a lot of people. Recently also I completed 19 different cities in Nepal itself. I met thousands and thousands of young entrepreneurs, students, college students, school students, even professionals. And I have always believed in inducting that particular stuff called P. That word and that alphabet P is so important because that gives you the sense of what you are. And you can only get that when you become a professional. Persistence in everything that you do. You persevere. You keep on doing that, you know? And practically, when you look into yourself, you have to start asking yourself, am I safe? Have I done things right? Have I been doing? How long has it been that you started flying here? When did you start this? I'm going to be asking a lot of questions also so that I can answer to your queries, okay? When was the first flight that was held here?
96.
96, right? I was doing domestic. I was here that day. I was doing Johnson Kathmandu, Johnson Pokhara flight. I did 25 years of flying in this area simultaneously along with my Boeing. I've been flying with Royal Nepal Airlines. I still call it Royal Nepal Airlines because that's our code. IATA code also. People normally ask, why? It's Nepal Airlines. Yeah, okay. For some people it may be. My name is Vijay. If somebody takes away that V and makes me EJ, I'll never accept that EJ is here. So I was born with that Royal Nepal Airlines. I will still be there. The day they change on the papers and give us say stop saying that, and I'll stop saying that because you have to abide by that rules, right? So since 1996 to now, this is now 24 years. 24, let's see, 25 years. That's a long time. My question to you all is, what have you all done besides just increasing number in flyers? How is your association associated with you? What are the infrastructures that you have built? On what basis are you flying? What are the safety measures that you have taken? What guarantees have you given to your family that every time you take a jump, you fly and you say, hey, I'm coming back for lunch or dinner? Have you ever said that? Have you ever even looked into yourself? You go to other countries, you know. So it's flying, you have to be safe. Safety comes first, but safety starts on the ground. Safety begins on the ground. It does not. जमिनबाट सुरु हुन्छ तपाईको safety issuesहरु. It does not only happen in the air and say, oh, my safety is right here. No, it doesn't. It starts right on the ground. So for that particular thing, I'm going to be, I hope I'm also a resource management facilitator. I hope my PowerPoints will work. If it doesn't also, I'll have to ask you to keep punching through that, okay? There are a few issues that I'll talk to you about. Stress management, right? Chain of command, even your equipment checks, your mental status, your physical status. And the first thing for that is every morning before you even take a flight, before you even do anything, I would like you to ask yourself, just ask yourself one thing. Just say, am I safe? If you say that, am I safe? You ask yourself first. You are. I still remember many years when I was doing this resource management course. There was this lady commander. She was a resource management facilitator. I did a course called Train the Trainer. And we like this. Maybe about 100 something pilots and all engineers and now people in civil aviation. This lady goes and look, the safety of the flight. First of all, you have to understand, you make sure the passengers are very comfortable and safe before you even think of anything. And so on, and I kept on raising my hand. I just did that. For 15 minutes, she didn't see me. And finally, she, yeah, how do I answer? Because I've been raising my hand for the last 15 minutes. Yeah, but what is it, Captain? I said, look, I totally disagree with you when you say that safety of the passengers and safety and comfort of the passengers is more important than pilots or the crew members. No, but that is how, I said, you have to change. You have to change. And I asked, how many flights does a passenger do in a day? How many flights a passenger does in a week, or maybe in a month, or maybe in a year? The most frequent traveler may just do about 50 flights, maybe 100 flights. But look at us. We are practically flying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours, spending time in the air. For us, safety is more important for us, those who are involved. If I'm not safe, how do you expect me to give you a safe flight when you're flying with you an Airbus 330? Money safe China, money comfortable China, and तपाईहरुले safety कसरी दिने? सक्छु? Can I give you? I can't. No. So it's me first. It's me. That is the discipline. She did not disagree with me and she did not agree with him. But the whole concept of CRM has changed. Earlier days, that used to be called cockpit resource management. Now it's called crew resource management. But I've converted that into company resource management. That is required for every Tom, Dick, and Harry that is involved in any profession. Harik professional and Chinese resource management. How do you use the resources? How do you manage it? How you do not break the chain of command? How do you manage everything? Manikura is based on that only. All right. I have very interesting stories to tell you. I definitely tell you. For me, honestly, I always wanted to be a doctor. That was my first choice. But it doesn't happen what you always want. Then suddenly I acted in this Nepalese movie, Other Story, and that was released in 1982. 2 years earlier than your date, okay? We started, I was not even, basically I'm a musician. I've done a lot of studies in music. I always wanted to be a rock star, I wanted to do something, But because the fate takes you to a different angle, you don't expect something in life, and suddenly that happens. My father was making this movie called Adarsh Nari. Somebody else was supposed to act in that movie, and something happened. And I was just back from Europe. I was living in Germany. A young guy, 18 years old guy with 6 packs, 8 packs, and long hair. So when they saw me, they said, "Oh, this guy has to act." I said, I did not even have good Nepali. As a Nepali, I can speak to you all, I can talk in Nepali and English. I don't think. There was a time whenever I used to speak in English, Nepali, I would first think in English, convert that into Nepali and come. It's vice versa here. When you speak in English, you think in Nepali first, then you convert that word into English and you start, right? Yeah. For me, it was just the opposite. But then you developed that habit. I did it. In the course of time, now I'm bilingual. For me, it's not a difficult scenario. I can do it. So what I'm trying to give you is, if I can do anything, you can do it. Okay? In 81, I did that. There was a role of an army officer, and I coaxed my father. It was because of my brother. I was forced into this acting. Right? And I just told my father, I said, look, if you must make it more glamorous. What? I said, make it an airline captain. And I did it. Suddenly, during the shoot of one of those scenes at the airport, I was walking with my co-pilot. Just walked through the gate. Nobody stopped me. Such prestigious job, you know. Everybody started saluting me. The flight attendants who were coming by outside from the airport, they would wish me, good morning, Captain, good morning. That elevated my feeling, the sense of belonging in that particular area, see? The urge to become a pilot. Then I became one. And look what it has done. I'm here today. I'm here not only an actor, and not as an actor, but as an aviator. And going around everywhere, giving simple talks regarding the resource management. Okay, having said that, if you look at that particular stand over there, can anybody see anything different? The first thing I walked in, I just noticed it.
Yeah, there is something wrong.
What is that?
Aviation, the name? The slogan, aviation, something like that.
Yeah, see, it's when you come to fly, when you're doing something, first thing you have to start noticing things. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. That shows your. That shows. You know, that shows your presence of mind. It's called situation awareness. We'll do a lot of talking on situation awareness also, okay? I create scenes, find it out for me, all right? But when I walk in, it's not easy. We have nearly 32 million people, right? And you're not even 350 paraglide pilots, you call yourself? Yeah? Yeah? 350? What is the percentage? Come on, guys, you guys are elites. You are brave hearts, you know, but that alone is not enough. You need to have that situation awareness. You need to understand the importance of being a gliding pilot. Ownership. Flying, anybody can fly. Trust me. I was just telling Krishna at his coffee break. I said, anybody. Flying is made for only average people. But you want to be a flyer? That is where the question mark starts. Are you a good flyer? People don't have to tell you. You tell yourself. If something happens up in the air when you are with that, what do you call the canopies, right? Yeah? Something goes wrong. Hey, Bijay Lama is not going to come up there and pull you up. Nobody. Hey, Rajesh is not going to be. He's the first guy. He'll not come and say, hey, come, I'm coming, and he's not a Superman. And we fly there and hold you and bring you on a back. You do it yourself. तपाईहरुले आफै गर्ने हो त्यो. गर्नुहुन्न मर्नुहुन्छ. Oh my God, you guys. Mutu change mutu, you know, just like the other I talk about. You have that. You are engineless. You have nothing except for the canopy and the updraft and the downdraft and the wind and the weather. The nature is your friend, but the nature is your enemy. होइन? प्रकृति नै तपाईको दुश्मन हो के? प्रकृति नै तपाईको साथी हो. यसलाई युज कसरी गर्ने यसलाई? सदुपयोग कसरी गर्ने? सदुपयोग एउटै कारणले किन भने CRM, resource management. Until 1970, mid-70s, there used to be many crashes all around the world. All the airlines, they started bringing in retired Air Force pilots. What happens when they come from the army background? They're all, yeah. And the subordinates, juniors, they don't even want to approach them. So, complacency, you see. If they saw anything, the seniors making a mistake, they would not even say anything. They just keep quiet. Out of that scare that they might get bombed, you know what I'm saying? Bombed with a lot of fiery words and all. So, Nothing happened the way it's happening now. There was no sense of coordination. There was no sense of belonging. There was no sense of teamwork. There was no sense of guidelines to guide you into any particular field. Then they started realizing, hello? Check. They have started, and then they suddenly started realizing, NASA did that. Everybody started saying, what is it? The biggest factor in any crashes, accidents and incidents is all human error. मानवीय त्रुटिको कारण सबै प्रब्लम्सहरु सुरु भएको हो। त्यो मानवीय त्रुटिलाई कसरी कन्टेन गर्ने? How do you contain that human error? So there's a lot of research and everybody started going. And हाम्रो by profession, your profession, my profession, practically the same. We are always challenging nature. And when you are challenging a nature, the biggest challenge you can ever give in life is nature. Nature does not forgive you. Okay? So they start working on with steering. They start working with different attitudes. Attitude. What kind of attitude do you have? I'll talk about attitude a little bit also. Amazing, eh? Wow, this is happening. I would love to fly with each and every one of you so that I can actually give an input. But that's not possible. By the time if I fly with all 350, I'll take your job away. I'll be that professional with 350 flights on the rider. I get to learn a lot of things. No. Every day is a learning day. Every jump is a new jump. For me, it is. Yesterday, I was just telling everybody, in 34 years of my flying in Nepal, the first time I ever used wing anti-ice during descent in Nepal. We normally use engine anti-ice if there's icing condition. But yesterday was one day, first ever in my life, I used wing anti-ice so that all the ice could not gather my wing. See, you don't know what's happening. I was in Dubai recently. 3 days of torrential rain, flooded. I even put it on my blog. If you watch, if you ever want to follow me, this is also, I'm sure you're like, if I need all those things that you have taken also, I have not clicked, please share with me. I will use your clips for the blog also. If you want, you can follow me on Bijay Lama, B-I-J-A-Y, Bijay Lama. That is in YouTube. Instagram also, it's a Bijay Lama. Everywhere it's Bijay Lama, all right? So you just can follow. I keep giving you all this information. I keep traveling, so I do a lot of vlogging. So difficult. Not blogging, vlogging, okay? So Dubai was totally inundated, under the water. Streets were flooded, hotels, we had problem with elevators, escalators, it went deep down the bottom of the place. So electricity, the internet was a big mess. Dubai, centrally located place in the universe at the moment for all those transactions, right? And look, it's because they never expected this to happen. It's a desert. When would they ever get? Why did it get flooded? It's all because they never thought. And this time, it's been a few years, I think they realized, if you ask anybody in Doha, Abu Dhabi, maybe Saudi, you go to, I don't know Iraq, I've never been there, so you go to Oman, Qatar, they don't have drainage system there to drain the waters. So it gets flooded. So then look at the strength of the nature. Now, this is not the time to have such rain here, you know? This place is colder than Kathmandu. It's all global warming. So now it's even more challenging for you all. Having said that, I'm saying it's even more challenging for you all. Do you all have ever gone to meteorology? Have you ever read any books? I can ask you about different clouds. What does one cloud do? What's a leeward side? What's a seaward side? What's an updraft? What's mountainous updrafts and mountainous downdrafts? You know, these are all the little information that you have to keep it in your computer now. And we have already spoiled our habits. We rely so much on our telephone. We rely so much on our mobile phones. Everything is there. There was a time I used to remember more than 5, maybe about nearly 700-800 numbers, telephone numbers. I could just say, Krishna 9851. I would say that, you know? But now I don't know. I've called him so many times. I can't even remember his number because we've become so dull. We have become slaves. We have literally become slaves of the new technology. But have you? You still don't have a new technology. You're still working on with the canopy, but still that is made under the new technology, right? What have you done to check your equipment? Who monitors that? कसले monitor गर्छ? You have individual canopies. Do you have a system where at least after certain jumps or certain time you have to take that to that particular place and have it checked? Do you know how that string is made? We just use that equipment. We just use it. Look how unsafe we become. Because we do it and we take things for granted. It's gone are those days. We have to start thinking seriously. होइन? एकदम सिरियसली लिनुपर्ने भयो. अघि मैले भने नि एउटा ज्यान बचाउनु भनेको संसार बचाउनु हो. संसार बचाएर संसार बचाउने होइन, एउटा ज्यान बचाएर संसार बचाउने. त्यो के भने म कृष्णसँग पनि कुरा गर्दै थिएँ. आइएम सरी, अब तपाईँहरूसँग सबैको नाम लिन्छु पछि. Because I flew with him and I was interacting with him a lot. There was a lot of interaction. I said, sir, and Uday, right? I said, how are you? Yeah, I said. Then he said, oh, your family. Yeah. For that particular pilot, एकजना विमान चालक अथवा एकजना प्याराग्लाइडर पाइलटको हैन फ्यामिली हुन्छ. त्यो फ्यामिलीको लागि त तपाईँ संसार हो नि त. You are the universe for that family because you are the breadwinner. You are part of that family. Losing one member in the family is, hey, I don't even need to say how big that is. के गर्नु भएको छ तपाईले? कतिवटा काम गर्नु भएको छ? I'm going to ask you, how many jumps have you made? How many jumps? Gentlemen, you also paragraph pilot, right?
I didn't count.
How many? No? When did you start?
4,000 hours.
4,000 hours? Do you have it logged anywhere?
Before, when I was solo, I counted after tandem.
So why not?
I didn't count.
Why not? Why not? You cannot buy, thank you so much. You can buy anything in this face of the universe, okay? But you cannot buy two things, mother and experience. You cannot buy experience. So keep that experience to yourself. When was the last time you did a medical?
We just changed our pilot license temporarily for a minute.
Okay. So when was the last time you did a
3 months.
what class is that? Class?
It's just a make by
No.
our association.
See,
normal one.
no. Then you start working. Start working. That is so important. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, when was the last time? Oh, Krishna, I'll ask you. 7,000, 7 years, how many years you have been flying?
7 years plus.
7 years plus. When was the last time that you were checked by another senior instructor or pilot like that regarding your tandem jump and regarding your solo jump? Do you ever go through that recurrent?
No.
Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. How come I flew last time? Said, I'm sorry, with the respect. I'm here to make you understand the value, the importance of safety, right? So tomorrow when anybody comes from any part of the world, they should say, look, you want to go for paragliding? Go to Nepal. They have the toughest system which monitors not only how many flights have been done, which monitors each and every paraglide pilot there. Make sure that they are medically fit, make sure that mentally fit, sentimentally, emotionally fit, you know, everything. So that is the question I wanted to ask you. Ask yourself, am I safe? And your answer should be I-M-S-A-F-E. Make just every day, you just write yourself, I-M-S-A-F-E. Now, every alphabet has an importance. I stands for illness. There should be 2 boxes. Yes, no. On illness, if you are ill, just write ill. Yes, that means you are not going to fly at all. Boom, finished. Right? If you don't have illness, no. Now, what is M? Medication. You don't have to be ill, but you can still be on medication due to certain reason. Right? So ask, am I on the medication? Yes? No. If you are yes, then find out, are you allowed to jump with that medication? Is it
Safe.
sedative? Is it sedative? Does it make you drowsy? Does it make you sick? Okay? If it's no, then you fly. Okay. What is S then? Can anybody say what is S? No. Safety is all with that I am safe. Okay? But what is S? Stress. But stress you can take in 2 senses. There's always a stress when you're flying also. There's always, even before coming here, I was stressed out a little bit. I didn't know what crowd I was going to expect. But when I walked in, I felt so good. Woo! They are educated a lot. They can understand what I talk. I know. So, stress. Are you overstressed? How many jumps are you allowed to do? How many have you laid down? Make sure that you don't allow certain after certain. We have that system. Why can't you have? Why can't you have that? Should do that. Okay. Now what is A? What is A? Okay, let's not lie today. Okay. Huh? Oh, that I'll take it over. That I will bring it in emotion. Okay, angers and all that stuff. What is A? A is, no. A is, am I under the influence of alcohol? Hey guys, you party, man, I know. We flyers are party mongers. Whether you like it or not, we like it. We always have fun. Evening time, let's have a couple of beers, boom, 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 boom. But how many have you drunk before you even jumped? What does it do? If you're under the influence of alcohol, when you're paragliding, you keep pulling yourself. When you start going up, air becomes thinner. What's the elevation in Pokhara? 800 meters? Give me in thousands. Feet.
Around like 2,400.
Yeah, about 2,400 something. Okay? Now if you keep pulling, you'll definitely go above 5,000 feet. What happens now? If you're under the influence of alcohol, what does alcohol do to you? It depletes the oxygen molecules in your bloodstreams. And if you do not have oxygen in your bloodstream, that is when you start getting drunk and drowsy and your actions are all beyond pum. See? मलाई थाहा छ के तपाईले राति मजासँग 12-1-2 बजेसम्म नि मजासँग साथीहरुसँग पार्टी गरेर बिहान है हानु न त भनेर हान्नु छैन भने छैन भन्नुस् मलाई के हाम्रोमा त छैन अहिले every flight I've introduced in international they're walking. I've also posted in the picture now. We have a computer, we just go, everybody's given that pips code. You have to keep going. Now first register your name, PIN code, everything. You go to then it shows how much you have. You can destroy yourself, trust me, but you have no right to destroy your family and the person who's flying with you. Am I making it clear? Am I making it clear?
Yeah.
The more I talk, the more scared that will become, because I'm giving you the reality of what's happening. I've seen aviation in Nepal for the last 36 years. We have gradually improved. We are still improving. We are still working hard. And that's under the influence of alcohol. What is F? What is F? Fights. It's fatigue. Now, what's the difference between fatigue and stress? Stress combined, stress is only mental stress, But when it starts hitting your body starts getting, when it's overpacked with stress, it becomes fatigue. Mentally, physically, you are conked out, zoned. That is what happens. But there's another thing in fatigue. It's called accumulated fatigue. It's accumulated fatigue is when you are tired. It's just like running. When you run, you start running, right? You start getting tired. At a certain point, you really want to give up. But if you don't give up, you keep pushing yourself. Then your body starts feeling highly elated. Then you can continue for such a long time, But actually, you're already tired. Body does this. And if you have accumulated fatigue, your judgment errors are bigger. Your senses tell you that you can do it faster than others. Just like when you're drunk, How many of you have been drunk? Just raise your hand in life. I've been drunk. So when people get drunk, okay, good. That's good. See, honesty counts in flying. Because you're not dealing with your life only. You're dealing with the lives of others also, okay? When you're drunk, what happens? Some people, for my case, if I get drunk, you can say anything to me, except hit me. You can accuse me of anything, you can use abusive words on me, say anything, I'll keep smiling. I'm very docile. I don't get angry. When I get a little high, it's like, hey man, let's have fun. That's it. But there are some people, give them 2 pegs of whiskey, he was a big guy. He want to get like this. I'll knock you out with my finger. They feel they are like tiger, you see? And accumulated fatigue gives you that sense. It's so dangerous, I know. Okay, fatigue. Now, what is E? This is the most interesting thing, People normally see emotions, efficiencies, everything.
Environment?
Yeah, you're playing with it. Let's give something. I'm saying, if I told you, you just go, huh? That matters? Yeah, it does matter, damn it, it does.
Energy?
Energy? Hey, you already have energy. Why do you need energy? That's why you're flying. E for eating habits.
So that's give you energy.
What happens if you start eating something, and suddenly you start having a lot of stomach problem while you're right up in the air? You're not going to poop from there. Or you get sick. Can you control yourself? So eating habits are also very important. So you ask yourself every morning before even you go for this jump, just say, am I safe? Write INSAFE. If you tick all those together, do not lie to yourself. Alcohol, no, you cannot do that. Okay? Be honest to yourself. Alright, so these are little things that you have to understand. Situation awareness is another thing. You are here. Okay, now, when I talk about the situation awareness, I'll bring you the international airport issues. Alright? The first time, Rajesh will be able to double dig on me. everybody will agree with me, I guess. Civil aviation, NIMAIC, it's a regulatory body. Okay, provider, service provider, and a regulatory body. When they first allowed this, it's called recreational flying. When they first allowed, they even did some seminars. They called us, and I had also put in my opinion. And I was one of the school one. I said that they can do it as long as it's not hampered. If it doesn't hamper, I'll fly back. And I told Krishna also, there was a time we used to not only come on the left base for runway 04, I guess, yeah? That one? Yeah? 04, you know? I forgot, yeah. And then there were times because there would be a lot of birds flying there, or maybe a patch of cloud, we couldn't do it. Instead of going overhead and coming back, wasting a lot of time, we'll come right on Sarakot, keep Sarakot on the left, where you are actually doing the paragliding jump. We used to come very close, go over the radio antenna there, take a little left turn, and then make a swing. A stall aircraft, we used to land like that. We stopped doing that after paragliders started flying. I nearly had some incident also. I never realized those, I think. For us, it's not a big thing. But trust me, brothers and sisters, when you're flying, you know, when the aircraft with that turbo engine comes next to you, say bye-bye. If you have an extra parachute, you better deploy that and you jump out of that. It's not going to save you. Safety comes first. So, Civil Aviation Authority had given under the pretext that if there's an international airport coming up here, then we will not be allowing anybody to do this recreational flying at that time. But then they did that. In the course of time, many of you started getting your license, you became pilots, you started earning your bread, you live off it, right? You make your day-to-day meet through your flying, and it's not easy to just say goodbye and start something else. For that, you need to sit down with Civil Aviation Authority and find out exactly what time they are going to be operating flight. Other than that, look into the areas where the biggest scare is, I'm talking about turbo. Now you're talking about jet engines. Jet engines. When you have that 319 or 320 for that matter, even the CRJ, making a go around, if they cannot land, this is east-west. And making an airport east-west facing in Pokhran, I don't know who came up with this idea. During daytime, evening, if you come to land, the sun is right on the eyes. That's a disturbing factor. When you want to do early in the morning, and if you land from west to east, again. Alright? But during that time, if there's ever a go around, that means they cannot land, you just go boom, then they go boom. That's a full swing. Turbo fan. Jet engines are not jet engines, that's turbo fan. Okay? The aircraft that we fly is a turbo fan, but still considered jet. Jet is propulsion concept. It's with fire, it shoots. You have MiG, you have F-16s and all these things, they are jet. That's why they cannot, their joystick is always shaking like that. It's very sensitive. Ours is not like that, ours is turbo fan. But see that turbo fan, can you imagine if you are behind that, suddenly you are flying here, I come here and I have to make a go around. What's going to happen to you? Nobody will survive. Scary, eh? Last time when we were jumping, there were about 30 plus gliders were all around there. I was going, and they were saying, would you like to fly more? Yeah, let's go more. We started going up and we could literally say, hey, I was shaking, shouting, screaming, having fun. But then I realized, wow, that was so close calls, Quite a few times we had close calls. Tabarku, the area is so narrow, right? We turn around, it's so narrow. Have you made any patterns, drawing? Do you have any drawings which limits your pilots to say, yeah, you cannot go out of this area? Tiny. Huh? See, I'm asking you more. I'm just trying to make you realize what you need to do. I'm not bothered about what you have done, but what you should do now on. Number one, start logging your hours. Number two, make sure that you are medically tested and fit. Not for others, for your own self. Number three, you have to start checking your equipment. How safe are you? एउटा स्ट्रिङले मात्रै पनि तपाईहरुलाई खतरा पार्दैन पर्छ नि So you start thinking, this is not a child's play, this is something very professional way. I told you in Nepal 3 crore 25 lakh भइसक्यो, nearly 32 million people, you know. Out of that, you're only 350. What is the person, man? It's so little. You can work and you can make it. Right? I'm more comfortable talking to you all than talking to my own aviators at the moment. You understand me more. You understand me more than they would understand me. Because you're exposed to that system. Our pilots don't have to be good in English. They don't have to understand. They can just say what is required to say. Because they don't have to interact with the passengers. Here you are literally doing a tandem jumping. Somebody might scream, you have to pacify them. You have to really generate a new sense of feeling and understanding. It's there, you have to make them understand they are safe. Okay now? Alright? Am I right?
Yes.
Why do you think I'm speaking in English now? Actually, in the beginning I said, wow, I want to use Nepali and English, but I'm talking like 95% of, not, maybe more, 98% in English, and I'm conversing with only 2% Nepali, few words. Because good, the welcome by Silas was fantastic. But you gave me so many titles, you know. So many rings to carry. I don't know which one ring I was supposed to carry. Thank you so much. So, with all these things in the back of your mind, remember, safety comes first. Without safety, there is nothing. Regarding this airport construction, you have to start working on with people now, and especially you. You're a pioneer here. You lead. Somebody has to lead. Somebody. Leadership is a must. Quality of leadership is a must. Every flight you are a captain. Whether you're flying with somebody else or whether you're flying yourself. You ensure that everybody is safe along with yourself. But how do you do that? You lay that out in documents, you lay that out in system, you lay that out in your frame of work where you are required to maintain the basic minimum. Do not blame CAN. CAN is only a regulatory. They'll make a regulation and do it. But who is there to control you? Yourself. Even now is not going to control you. They can only pinpoint. But remember, the fear of losing license should be there. Do I make myself clear? Fear of losing your license has to be there. I'm playing that fear on a positive note. I'm not giving you that word fear to a negative sense, saying that, hey, nothing's going to happen to you. No. Fear of losing your career, fear of losing your license should be. Are you insured? How many of you are insured? Please raise your hands. Okay, let's have it. I saw it. How many of you are insured? Honestly, let's talk very seriously. Not all. I know I've done a lot of research on you guys before I came here. I found I collected some data, which I'll talk to you in person later on. I know you have not insured. Why are you playing with that? Why? You guys are immortals. You guys are like, nothing is going to happen. I'm the Hulk. Even I fall off from the cliff of the mountain. Huh? I fall, the mountain will break, but I will not break. Isn't that scary? If you are not insured, you think the passengers are insured? The company, you have 60 companies here. With due respect to you all, when a passenger flies with you, how insured are they? What are the insurance policies?
According to the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal, they require the same insurance policy as to the other commercial aircrafts.
Do you have that?
Yeah, every company has to have that mandatorily.
Is
So
it monitored?
It's a $15,000 of medical insurance coverage for the passengers flying and $5,000 for the third party.
Okay, what about if there's a death?
Well, the insurance policy also does cover for the theft.
But who does it? Who insures that? Does the company pay any insurance company to insure each and every flight? Like we do? Our ticket jackets earlier, the airline tickets we used to have on our jackets, right? Now it's the e-tickets. They're all insured. We carry our insurance policy when we fly anywhere. When I go on a layover, if something happens to me, even if I'm sick, I just take that insurance policy and just give it to him. My medical insurance covered $65,000. What is there for you? Earn. Then one day you dump all your earnings. Oh, well, now the reason I'm pointing out all these things is because you brought me here. I'm not here for sweet talks, brothers, sisters. I'm here for you to realize what needs to be done. I know? Yeah. What needs to be done. So that your family members should feel safe every time you go for a jump and for that flight. This is the only profession in the entire face of the earth as flyers. We learn lesson from somebody else's mistakes. This is the only profession in the world where we start everything with negative thoughts. What if, when I'm jumping, suddenly my canopy will collapse? What next? What if, when I'm just jumping, I trip and I'm dragged up, I've fainted? What? What if there's an updraft and a downdraft and I get into the vortices and I'm starting to stall? Same here with us flyers. All negative things, but all those negative things you have to ask. My question early in the morning is, am I safe? That's a stupid question, right? Forget about this Nepalese tradition of saying, oh my God, it's a If you talk anything negative, gentlemen, what's your name, sir? Paul, where are you from?
England.
Okay, wow. You've been flying for a long time, Paul?
Since 2001.
Oh, that's a long time. How many hours do you have?
Solo, probably 4,000, something like this.
Okay.
Tandem, around 1,500 to 2,000 flights.
So you enjoy doing this?
I love it, yeah.
Yeah, I also want to get a license. No, I'm just trying to, I hope I'm not boring you, but is it okay?
It's wonderful.
Am I on dot?
Very good.
What's required? All right, thanks. So see, do not play around with the system. Do not play around with whatever it is. All my topics are there. It's the same topic that I'll show you on my PowerPoints also later on, because if I went there and I keep pressing it like that, it'll be boring. So let that Bijay Lama stand right there. He looks beautiful there. He looks gorgeous there. With the wrong spelling. I didn't see that on the yeah, I didn't see that, but here, the moment I walked in, I just saw it. Okay, so what was that? Insurance. All negatives, you bring it. Leadership. How do you lead? Leadership is one of those. I enjoyed last time when I took that jump. You know what Krishna says? Sir, I'm feeling so good and I feels so great that you're flying, but I'm so nervous. I said, why are you nervous? So, but you're a legend. I said, excuse me, I'm not a legend. I'm just like any other pilot, you know. Then I started talking to him and I made him comfortable so that obviously I've done a lot of things. I'm a multitasker. My work speaks for me. I don't have to speak out give you on words like that. So it's kind of scared also. But I controlled him. I just brought him to the reality. And I said, look, I'm here to have fun and you are going to teach me. He said, oh yeah? Okay. And you know what he whispered, sir? Okay, I'm giving you something. They started putting all those, what do you call the seat? The harness?
Harness.
The harness, okay. Please correct me, okay? So when I started putting that, it was fun. And he said, so you have to listen to me. I said, okay, go ahead, I'm listening. I'm all ears now. And he said, when I say, I'll say 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. And I'll say walk, walk, walk. Please walk, do not run. And when I say run, you start running. And I say jump. Yeah? And then?
Not jump.
Sorry, run, run. Yeah. So walk, walk, and then
Run.
Yeah.
Keep running.
And I said, good. And again he repeated that 3, 4 times. 3, 4 times. He thought I was an arrogant SOB, excuse me, who wouldn't listen to it. And I said, look, that's so nice. I'm listening to you. Keep doing it. So, and it was amazing. I had a nice time. We just went. I didn't even realize when the canopies were already up in there. He says, 4, 3, 2, 1, walk, walk, and I walk, walk, run, run, boom. Water lift. That was my first. And thank you, Krishna. That was amazing, man. That was such a pride for me because the first jump when they all did that, we had people like Paul coming in here, and I wanted our Nepalese to actually start leading the pack. And when I saw Nepalese in bigger number, with due respect to you also, it was such a fantastic feeling. It was a fantastic feeling. I was highly elated. I was highly, in some way I was emotional also, you know? I was going, yeah, I was screaming like a little child. And immediately, no, before that I called Sana Babu. Where is he? He didn't come today?
No, he's in Kathmandu.
Huh?
We call him, but he's not in Pokhara right now.
He's not in Pokhara?
Yeah.
Okay. I promised to, I requested, I said, I want to make that first jump with you. Then I called him when I was at Sharma. I go, say, Sano, yeah. Oh, please, I'm coming there tomorrow. Can you wait? I'll come and re-jump with you tomorrow. I said, no, tomorrow morning I'm going back. I'm going back, I'll make another jump. So I actually want to do cross country with this guy. You know, he's one of the greatest adventurers that I can think of. Amazing feat, I know? Amazing feat. Now I see this, I want to jump with you also. I want to jump, no, fly, take a flight. Jump and take a flight with you. So, learn with fun, have fun, but at the same time, understand it's not only fun, it's your life. Nobody guarantees nothing for you. You guarantee it yourself. Right? Your attitude, your sense of belonging, your knowledge, your passion. The day you start getting bored taking that flight, pack your canopies, give it to somebody, or put it in a museum or put it in a room and say, goodbye. I won't do this anymore. So, you all are young. I think I'm the oldest in the room. No, I see somebody older than me, the whiter hair. Your head is whiter than me. Come here, gentlemen, please come here. I want to shake hands with you. Yeah, please come here, I've been noticing, man. Come here, what's your name, sir? What's your name? Buddha? Oh yeah, he's definitely older than me. He's Buddha. I'm Vijay. Buddha was born 2,500 years ago. How did you do that? How did you do that?
Coloring?
Huh? Did you form that color? Yeah, we are same, man. No, he's beating me. He's got 2 studs there. I only have 1. Buddha, how long have you been flying? 2 years? Do you like it? 1%? How did you jump there? Good. Thanks. Tandem 250, that's a long one. Only I don't need that, you know. Thank you so much for joining us, and I like your hair. Keep looking gorgeous, man. Keep looking gorgeous. Come sit there. मलाई एउटै कुरो मात्रै याद छ कि म अघि दिइरहेको छु मलाई अनुहारदेखि न त्यस्तो सेतो कपाल रहेछ उहाँ फर्नर हो कि नेपाली थाहा छैन कि सडनली आई सॉ हिज फेस एन्ड वाउ सो flying is all about knowing your limitations. One can jump, do massive stunts. Okay? One may not do it. Choice is all yours. A safe pilot is that pilot the day you retire with the canopies folded and give it to your wife or somebody and say goodbye without a scratch. That's a safe pilot. You don't have to be an ace flyer. Stop being an ace flyer. When you start thinking of becoming an ace flyer, that is where you start putting in a lot of pressure on yourself. That's when you start creating stress. That's when you start getting fatigued. That's when you start giving up on yourself. Because nobody can challenge you more than your own self. But nobody can also stop you from being what you want to be in life. I am what I am today because I wanted to be what I am today. There are many, many hundreds of pilots. They don't go around like me, talking to people like you. They don't go around talking to you, new generation. They don't do that. They have other important things in their lives. But my life, I chose to be this. What did I tell you? If the weather canceled my flight, I would drive. If the highways were closed, I'd still ride my motorbike and come here because I was passionate. I am passionate. And I wanted to be here very much with you all. And I promised Krishna and I promised the other gentleman when I spoke with them to be here. And I did it. Look, it's all about this. Okay, so let me just go through the PowerPoints. If you have any few questions that you would like to ask me, I can try and answer or maybe fulfill your queries in whatever way it is. If there's anything that you wish to ask, I'll give it to you just now. After that, I'll just go through the PowerPoints and then we'll discuss a few things on PowerPoints. What's up? What time? Wow. What time did we start?
6 o'clock.
We started at what time? 4:30?
No.
See, this is
4:45.
4:45? It's not bad. 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's fine.
So I can go, should I go 8 hours? Just kidding. My course is all 8 hours. I cannot do that. You come or sell it? You can know? Okay. So let's just go through this, okay? CRM. Okay, what is hello, check. Okay, what is CRM? Look. Please take all those things. This is very important for you. Alright, it's called a good CRM is situational awareness. Study, judge yourself. Am I safe? Find it out yourself. Condition of the environment, condition of the canopies, condition of your passengers, everything is all non-judgmental. And now, we always expect for a very smooth flight. But I told you in the beginning, this is the only profession where we start with negativities. We start asking a lot of, if, what, when I'm jumping, I fall. What if, when I'm jumping, suddenly the wind draft will take me to the tree side. What if, these are all ifs and buts and whats. Okay, so you go, attitude, professional attitude. And I'm so glad you guys didn't lie.
I asked how many of you had insurance. Those who had insurance, they raised. Those who didn't have it, you didn't raise it. Please go tomorrow and have it insured. It doesn't take more than just 3% of your earning every day to put it in the account. Please, please, तपाईले इनिशिएट गर्नुस् उहाँहरु सबैको नामले त्यतिखेर दिनहरु के चेक गर्नु
So we have done almost 98% insurance is already done.
Okay, so remaining also just do it. Do not leave anybody. Go with a good company who's going to pay you back well.
The 2% volume is still not countable because they are not joining the professional business.
Okay, fine. Still, whoever comes in, make sure that nobody is left uninsured.
Yes.
Okay? All right. Knowledge. Knowledge is such an important factor. I was talking about meteorology. I was talking about your conditions of the canopies, how it is made. You have to understand. We as a flyers, you ask me about my engine, I'll tell you about my Rolls-Royce engine, I'll tell you about the horsepower, I'll tell you about the fuel we use, I'll tell you about the oil we use, and all those turbofans and stuff like that. We study. We are not car drivers. Okay? So it's same thing. Make sure that you get that. That's good. And what is wrong CRM? Look, lack of situation awareness. You lose everything. Complacency. You have to be able to say no if it's wrong. There might be some passengers who want to do a tandem jumping. They are in a rush. They have limited time. They'll keep saying less jump, even if the situation is bad. We have the tendency, macho tendency. We have to stop being a macho. Macho men are the ones who get knocked off. Be a normal person, be a normal flyer. Okay? If you are scared, just say, I'm scared, I cannot do it. You're only bringing a situation where you cannot recover. I know? Okay. Poor mindset. Again, there's some poor mindset. I talked to you about it. It's like this, so what can I do? You may please have a very bad attitude over certain things. If I ask somebody, like if Krishna asked, Krishna, you asked me, how did you like the flight with me when I was supposed to start?
How did you like the flight with you?
Okay, that is the question. He said, how did you like the flight with me? I flew with him, right? Thanks. See, Paul, that's what. The answer should be very simple. Good or bad. You know what we need to say? Okay. And I said, God damn it, what is okay, man? Either it's good or it's bad. And what did I tell you that night? Awesome. Good, right? Good. So we have to, as flyers, others, let's not forget. Forget about others. What they have to say, okay? Look, and lack of knowledge, again, bad attitude, fatigue. They all bring. If you don't have all those things, that is what comes. Fatigue is so big on that. Resource management, crew resource management is a tool for error and risk management. But it is not a magic wand. Jaduko chhari hoina yo. Om tom swah garer garsin हैन. You cannot do that. You have to practice. You have to develop that into your inner core. That system. It has to be embedded here. Just like when you're flying, the whole system has to be embedded. Right? What are these are the very, very important things that I always emphasize. You have to start understanding, before you do anything in life also, whenever you want to do, whenever you want to do anything also, so anything in life depends on your inquiry. If you do not inquire, you have no knowledge. You agree with me?
Yes, sir.
You want to derive a situation, you want to bring into a good situation, you have to know what you're doing. So you have to learn to inquire. And advocacy. If you have done something wrong, if you have noticed something, tell people. But at the same time, talk to them and tell them what is good about it also. Be passionate, be proud of what you are. Not like one of my pilot, I watched this guy, let's not name him. He was in Sam Tree's vlog about Nepal's flying. This guy talks about this 112. He said, hey, what do you think about this 112 aircraft here? He says, to be honest with you, well, actually, I really don't like that. Wow. He's flying that aircraft and he's saying, yeah, actually, I don't like it. That gives you, you know what? What kind of mindset is that? That's wrong. If you don't like, don't do it. You want to kill yourself, go kill yourself somewhere else. Don't kill somebody with your mindset also. Right? Advocate positive thoughts, positive ideas, positive moves only. And conflict resolution. Conflict resolution is something. I may like something that you don't like, and you are my person. And you may like something that I don't like, because I'm your captain. Now what do I do? Do I fight with you?
Follow your mind.
No, not only that. Sit down. Come, talk to each other. Come to a point. You have to understand either you are wrong or I am wrong. Make logics work.
Find a conclusion.
Find a conclusion before you even do any flights. You have, last time I was watching, those guys who are making those canopies spread, the spread your canopies, those handlers, what do you call them? Huh? Take up boys. They are so important to you in your life.
Yes.
And I didn't see many of you respect them. I did not see many of you respect them. I'm sorry.
That's true.
Come on, guys, gear up now. They are the first step to your safe flights. Tip them, hug them, talk to them. I did not see one guy do that. I'm sorry, I'm very mean when I talk to you and I tell you exactly what I see. Already notice yourself still. I was doing? I was sitting right there and watching each and everything so that, because I had already made up my mind that I want to come here and talk to you all. Show me one guy raise your hand and say, एकजनाले पनि गएर आज यस्तो अँगालो मारेर thank you भनेको छ. I like you, man, if you're not lying. I like you if you're not lying. Or in general, nobody does it. You take it for granted. Are you going to do that tomorrow when you fly? You know, just give him one cup of tea, man. Give him one chocolate. He'll cry with you, trust me. For how many years they have been doing the same Navy and they are not flying, right? Just like tennis ball boy. Mero aircraft safa गर्ने sweepers. You know what I do when they come? And they say, hey, you want to have something? There's food. I like that. When engineers walk in, hey, you want to have some coffee? Hey, attitude. What does it cost? It doesn't cost much. It only gives me a better, aircraft. So please, this is with thumbs. This finger, please start treating them with a lot of respect. Your topic system of inside another language. Lekhel language. Engineers, I tell them, you are my God, man. I accept what you give me. Of course, they are my God. If they are bad, they all have to do is just one little bonding wire, and I'm dead. Same thing with the canopy boys. Okay? So please don't mind my being very straight and blunt, right? As a Maliji one, this is the please एकदम राम्रो सुनिदिनु होला. सधैँ आउन सक्दिनँ. आएको छु. I like to see next, even a bigger gathering next time. So what I have spoken here, please go back and talk to your own group of people. What you're going to do. Conflict resolution पनि त्यो conflict हुन्छ नि एउटा अस्ति नै भएको छैन भन्दा पनि अर्कोले राखेर पानी हो. Stop doing that. Those guys know better about canopies than you guys know. on ground. Because they handle on ground. They are the ones who are spreading it. They are the ones who are making it happen to you, right? So they have the idea. They have that idea. And that is where the conflict is, okay? For conflict resolution, all you require is one little word, thank you. We have to start learning, the magic words. If I ask Paul, Paul will give me that answer. But I like to ask you, what are the magic words?
Thank you.
And?
You're welcome.
No? No? Sorry? Okay, another one?
Please.
Please. Thank you, please, and sorry. Those are magic words. We had to use them. Nay, please do not use that because we are fond of only complaining. Our country is going through that same stress. Paul, we don't have the habit of saying thank you here much. We don't even greet. But we know each other. We belong to a society where we know each other by name. And from this house to that house, we say, hey man, how are you doing? And we have your food. We are that close. You don't do that in the UK. Because they don't even know who's living on the next apartment. But here we know each and everything about that next apartment, who their boyfriends are, who their girlfriends are, who their wife is going on with, and all hello things, because we are so concerned about so many other stuff in life. I know. See, you like when I talk about that. Okay. That is it. Now the decision making part is so important, I know. You decided, and that day again I'll bring Krishna. Krishna made me wait. This gentleman made me, I was so excited, I wanted to go and fly. He said, let's go. I said, wait. After a while, he said, sir, let's just wait for a while. I'm still waiting for the updraft. So I didn't tell you before. Yeah, I can see the wind blowing, yeah, but what is that? Yeah. Then he waited until that right moment to come and back. We took off. And the flight was so good. At one point I was going like this, what is this, man? Let's not turn too much. So it was going in circles and circles and circles. And we are the topmost, right? Yeah. We are the dadas, okay? So, excuse me guys. So that's what we do, And that was good. And I'm sure all of you have it. Are you also a flyer? Are you a flyer? Just enjoying our talk? Wow. Give a big round of applause to these guys. Very inspirational. Okay, now critic. Sometimes, as aviators, you have to understand there are going to be a lot of criticism about the way you take off, about the way you land. I landed with my butt, and I have it, and I'm going to put it there, and that was the best landing I ever. Actually, that was not my fault. I remember what happened was he said, hey, sir, when you come, feet, just stand on your feet. I was all set and ready. Suddenly the updraft took the chute, like that and went. And I didn't know what my feet were hanging like that. Next thing I realized was it was too late. He was already there. He knew it. My knees bent like that and I just bumped my butt. Nothing happened. That was so nice. So, critic. You want to criticize somebody? You can criticize. But please give a constructive criticism. You cannot just say you are chosen. You cannot just say you're bad. You cannot just say, oh, that was lousy. If you want to say that was lousy flight, give him the benefit of the doubt why it was. But, again, explain why you said that. Give him the reason why you said it. You know why? If you don't give that reason logically, now that is where the conflict begins. And you don't want to kill yourself with conflicts. Okay? Oh, what do we have? For your case, I'm not going to go through very long. It will be it is like 8 hours of constant. This is actually 16 Yeah, about 16 hours of my lectures. I prepared the 40 portrait here. If you look, effective use of available resources. Tabaiko resources ke ta? Your canopies, your canopy spreaders, your company, your passengers, the wind, the environment, the slope, they are all resources that you have. How do you utilize that? You utilize that. Okay, but broad resource categories, what are they? Oh, you might be look at that. People. Is that right? Office got a student, sir. Then when you go there, then your machinery is your canopy. Those are your resources. Fuel, you don't need fuel. For your fuel resource is the updrafts, the wind, the environment. Okay? And the information. Tabar information like we have ETs here. Do you ever get this aviation ETs here? There's weather broadcast every 30 minutes. 12700. You can listen to that, you can find aviation weather. And that is what's going to assist you all the time. Or you go to aviationweather.com. Get the weather. Tomorrow, Boliko weather kisa?
Sunny.
Sunny, sir?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
A little cloudy and sunny.
Where did you watch that?
So it look like weather forecast.
You didn't look, actually it comes there. You go into detail because you have flyers. Don't only rely on what comes on your front page of your mobile phone. You go into more details, right? And that will give you exactly the humidity, relative humidity. Relative humidity plays a big role in your flight. Am I right, Paul? Thermals play a big role. What is thermal? What is a thermal? What is a thermal? Yeah? What do we have? The mass of water. How does a wind get produced? How is wind produced? How does wind occur? How is it created? You know, it comes out in bubbles. It's a pressure. It's a pressure. Low pressure, high pressure to low pressure movement, those are bubbles. That is what creates that wind. Am I right, Paul? See, I study all those things. Do you know the names of the clouds? What is stratus? What is cumulus? What is cumulonimbus? What is cirrus? What is cirrus stratus? Hey, yo, you want to become a champion? This is what you have to know. Am I right, Nazis?
Very right.
This is what. The best friend that you have now, the worst enemy that you have is your mobile phone. With your mobile phone, the best thing that you can get is through YouTube. Again, the YouTube also gives you all the nonsense also. So you can start Google searching, not only on YouTube, go on Google. Google yourself, find out the reality. I saw this gentleman do a wow, I was flying that day. I think that was a drop, right? I want to do that with you one day. That is an amazing, I told Krishna, I said, wow, I love that. This guy goes with fluttering canopy. Paul, go, you go, boom. You only do that with knowledge. I hope, and I'm sure you did that with knowledge. Anybody who handles like that, it's just like when we are flying also. I do a lot of flights, but then I study my environment. Alright? So, information is very important. But, resource management is not only limited to you. It goes to everybody around you. Right? Internal resources, I've already spoken about it. See, human factors. Amazing, right? Everything that happens is all human factors. Forget about that. NASA does all the research, even on paragliding, they have done a lot of researches. You can go through the, you can search on Wikipedia also. Google search all those information. Right? Look, but this is what is very important here. Human factors are quick lesson. Every action or inaction we do in the air has a domino effect. Does anybody know what a domino is?
We only know domino pizza.
You only know domino pizza. Okay, good. That's a good answer. But doesn't tell you with mine. You know what's a domino? It's just like those black and white dot game. If you put one white here and there are all blacks here, and suddenly you see one space at here, and it's a black, all right? And it's empty. You put that black, white. All the blacks will turn into white. It's a chain effect. Other than that, do you remember we used to play brick game? We put all bricks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 100, 1,000 like that, and you just drop one brick. It keeps on pushing. In aviation, in flying, everything that you do or do not do is a domino effect. You want to be turning blacks? Do it. Don't do it. Right? Why can't the cause of an accident sometimes be traced back to something we did or did not do before we ever walked out to take a paraglide flight? To avoid that, I've already emphasized on that word question, am I safe? Ask yourself, am I safe? If you have all those answers without lying to yourself, you can lie to me. But trust me, you cannot lie to yourself. It's called antardvanda.
Yes.
Antardvanda. Inner conflict. That inner conflict is what you have to have a good resolution in life. The resolution in life to make sure that you don't have inner conflict. In flying, the inner conflict makes a big difference. Right? So we can determine with that question. I created that. Am I safe? And I said I'm safe. I do a lot of this creating stuff. Stress and fatigue. It's already done. What happens? Look. Frequent failures of aviators. Wait, no. I want to give you something very nice. All questions here. Okay. Stress can result in what? Frequent causes of failing aviators. Okay. Recently, if you are engaged recently, if you are recently engaged or you are recently married, please don't fly for some time. You don't fly for some time. Because your mind is always with that beautiful lady or with that handsome man if there's a lady pilot. Okay? You're not focused. So that's why they always say, why do you go for a honeymoon? To make sure honeymoon is not for only honeymoon. Honeymoon is to know each other and flight also, come back and then lead a normal life. That's right. Okay? Marital problems. If you have an extramarital affair, or if you're hanging out with somebody when you have a beautiful wife, or you have a handsome husband, then there's a conflict within yourself. Okay? Mind distractions, yeah. And you got divorce. Oh, this is the most painful one. When you have just committed to a line, separated from somebody who you have literally lived off 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, take it easy, man. Just relax for some time, gather yourself, come and fly because you don't want to kill yourself. Alright? Relationship difficulties again. What can be? Some financial difficulties. There's so many things that's going to play a role there. Alright? Major career decision. Now, look at me. I'm actually thinking, but not now. I've made my mind. 2 more years, then I'm off to maybe Qatar, maybe Emirates, or maybe, I don't know, Rwanda, somewhere. I'm just getting around $8,000-9,000 now. But these guys have offered me like massive bills. It goes to like 30, 32. Okay? So, if I want to go just now, then again I'll kill myself. Then I said, no, I'll retire 2 years more. I'll retire, then I'll go and do it. That means I'm set until the day I'm working here. I'm not going to think about that work. Alright? Same here. Same company also. From company to company you differ. One company might pay you this amount of X amount of money. The next company will come and say, because you are good. Don't get swayed. Be concrete on your decisions. If you want to change, bang, change, do it. You want to go to a high level, do it. But do not hang on with that thought process here. It'll just kill you. Troubles with superiors and peers. Sometimes you have that in management. In bad weather, this guy will come and say, let's fly. Because he's the guest that is flying on tandem jumping. He happens to be the richest man from some part of the world. Don't push yourself. Don't. The day you start pushing yourself, that's the day you are killing yourself, bit by bit. I've already told you, organize yourself. To manage, organize yourself, change your environment. If you don't like certain people, avoid, if you don't like eating certain things, don't eat. Build up your strength through knowledge, physical fitness, medical checks, be happy. Alright? And listen to your body. The best doctor that you can ever find in life is yourself. Doctors only guess. They prescribe according to the data. But you prescribe yourself through mental toughness. Okay? Flight is all about that. Learn to relax. Learn to relax. In flying, I'm sure you must have come up. There are many times that your canopies might be tangled or maybe collapsed. If you start panicking, you cannot do anything. Take it easy, man. You have been trained to do that. You are trained to do that, right?
Yeah.
To the control. Look at me. I'm not scared. If I lose both engines on my 330, don't be scared. Bijay Lama is going to fly. I know my speed limitation. I know my glide speed. I know exactly how I'm supposed to calculate. I have computers. I have laptops. I have iPads. I have everything to say. My co-pilots, everybody's there. I have radar. I have ATCs. They will guide me out. I'm not scared. But that has to come. That will only come to you if you are knowledgeable. If you have the knowledge. That's why I said, knowledge is power. And power is strength. And strength gives you that confidence. No? It's not only physical strength. Physical strength, let's do some push-ups. I can do push-ups with any of you. That is different. But can I come and fly like you guys there? No, I cannot. I don't have any idea. I can only talk. But again, you cannot come and fly what I fly. So there's a saying, see, take pride in what you are. I can do what you cannot do. But trust me, brother, I cannot do what you can do. But together we can do something big. I'm an aircraft pilot, he is a paraglider pilot. Together maybe we create something. Yeah? Basic principle of flights are same. Basic knowledge over environment is same. Basic knowledge over nature is same. Alright, so there's nothing big or small. And find ways to laugh each day. Be happy. That is the most important thing. Because laughter de-stresses you. But not the way you force yourself to laugh every day. You don't force yourself to laugh. You just laugh because you need to laugh. Alright? Develop a supportive network around you. With this, I will end up everything because there's so much I can talk about, which I don't want to do. Supportive network is very important. I know you belong to different companies here. I know. But end of the day, no matter which company you belong to, you are paragliders and you are paragliding pilots. Stay as one, be one, voice for each other. Don't have to set up a union. Understand your limitations, understand your requirements, understand your needs, and work as a team. With that teamwork, you can always do what you want to do in life. Other than that, I don't see any options. You'll be divided. The system is always there to divide and rule. System is always there to divide and rule. So the company will benefit. But you let the company benefit through your hard work, give honest results, they benefit. But do not let the company benefit with divide and rule. So having said that, thank you so much for this forum. I do hope that you have enjoyed this little bit of information, whatever I needed to give you all. And I look forward to few things when I come back. I wish that somebody start, if you want a copy of my logbook, I can show you, maybe Paul can help you. Start logging each and every flight. Start logging according to UTC. Okay? Time likhne, UTC. Take off time, landing time. You know exactly how many hours you have. Do it. You can always tell your children, you can always tell your grandchildren, great-grandchildren, hey, I flew so many thousand. I can say that, I'm on 27,800 hours. That's a lot of hours I've flown. I can say I've been flying for 34 years. When did I start flying? 1988, June 1st. That's when I started flying. But exactly I started in 1984, August. So you have to know. You have to know where you belong. You have to know who you are. You have to know what you are and what you are capable of doing, and what you are not capable of doing should not be part of you. You can always say, I can do it. I can do it. Nothing is impossible. Even the word itself, if you break it down, it becomes I am possible. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Look forward to seeing you. Please continue this happy accident. Thank you.
For the one and only, our valuable speaker, Mr. Bijay Lama. You all know, guys, when I came here, when the one who recommended me for this event, and when he said it's the talk for the pilots and Captain Bijay Lama is going to give some talks, and I thought it's only for the pilots, what am I going to do for 2 hours? I'm going to be so bored. But then I came, when he started talking, I'm not a pilot, guys, I'm not a pilot, but I was captured the whole time. Like, I couldn't even think of anything except what he was talking. And I think when people say personality matters and looks does not matter that much, but by the way, it's handsome, but I think his personality kept us the whole time. Did you guys enjoy it? Yes. You guys are pilots. Even if I'm not a pilot, I enjoyed it. That means we all enjoyed it. And I think it's not my fault, but I think I learned a lot of things. You guys, especially pilots, I think it's going to be very helpful for your profession and upcoming days as you're going to fly up in the sky and put your lives in danger for your career, for your field, and for your passion too. And I think, jokes apart, when you said safety comes first, it does. I think a lot of lives, the paragliding pilots, the aircraft pilots, they put their lives in danger all the time when they're flying. When he asked how many times of experience you have gained, and you guys said thousands of hours you guys flying up in the sky. I think every second that you fly, your lives are in danger. And when he said the insurance must be done, and he said 98% of the pilots have already insured, I think that's good, and we all would like to wish for your safety and the passengers that you fly with. And I think when we say armies die for us, and we have this respect for the armies, especially the infantries, but I think even the aircraft industries, I think they deserve the same respect, because the armies protect us in the borders, they risk their life for us, but the pilots, whether it's the airplane pilots or the paragliders, you risk your lives, you fly with us, and you will, even something happens, and God forbid not, you die with us. So I think you guys deserve the same respect that we see in other professions like armies. And I think when he said be professional at your jobs, say those magical words, thank you, sorry, and then please, I think it's very necessary, because even I have experienced in my personal life, like when I go to the shopkeepers and they give me something and I give them the money, and then when I say to them thank you or dhanyavad, and they be like, they don't even think it's important to say welcome, or it's like very unusual to say. So I think it's very important that the pilots say thank you or please, or if something happened during the journey up in the air, to say sorry. And I think the paragliders, the mostly are from abroad, I think, I guess, I don't know the facts, but I think most of them are tourists and they come, they share the experience outside the country, in their homeland. I think that will very much help us in the Visit Nepal 2020, because you guys affect in their minds more than we normally do. And I think when he said that there are so many captains in Nepal, I don't think you can either name only Captain Bijay Lama. I don't think any of us can name another captain, another like airplane pilot or airplane captain. I think he's the only one we know, because I think he's there for us. Other people, I do still respect them, but they're doing their job for the job. But I think he's impacting so many lives, like the young people. He was there, he's a captain, and he's here empowering us, helping other pilots too, and we're very thankful for that. We are. And when he said, be that pilot, like when he said, you're flying with Bijay Lama and then people feel safe, and I think even you guys need to be that pilot. Like when he said, Krishna sir, when somebody says, I'm flying with Mr. Krishna, okay, I'll be safe. I'm flying with Mr. Krishna, no worries. I think you guys have to be that pilot. When people say that they are flying with you, they'll feel safe. You know, when we are like with our mothers, we feel safe, like whatever happens, she'll take care of us. I think you guys need to be that pilot too. And to be personal, I had this one friend, he just went for the pilot training, and just fate of coincidence, you know. And I said, how's your training going on? And they said like, people say pilot bhancha tari aayeपछि बल्ल थाहा हुँदो रहेछ कति गाह्रो हुन्छ भनेर. He said that, he literally said that, and I think you guys all deserve the respect that you guys are doing. You're risking your lives, and I think how hard it is to be a pilot. So let's give a huge round of applause for yourselves, guys. So I think Mr. Captain Bijay Lama, he has touched my life. He has completely changed my mindset up to us, the pilots, and I think he has touched your lives too. So to formally honor Captain Bijay Lama, I would like to welcome Mr. Bimal Pahari, the president of Nepal Paragliding Pilots Club, to distribute or to hand over the token of love.
Oh my God. Wow! That's amazing. There you go. Amazing. Nice. Thank you so much. Love it. Actually, I was thinking of printing this, you know? Wow. Look at that. It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. I think you loved it very much, and I think seeing your happiness made us feel good too. So with this, we are almost at the end of today's event. Last but not the least, we would like to invite up on stage Mr. Bimal Pahari, the president of Nepal Paragliding Pilots Club, to deliver his vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing team. And with this, me, Saritaz, would like to apologize for the mistakes, if any in between, and would like to thank you everyone and hand over the mic to Bimal Pahari, sir. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Saritaz. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I believe this is a great honor between us to have a great persons, senior pilot of Nepal Airlines Nepal, Captain Bijay Lama, to be here with us. You are not only a captains, you are great legends, idols for us who believe to change something with a positive vibe in our country. You are great motivators for us. I'm really happy to be with you here today, because You teach us so many good things. We come to learn so many things here. And I would like to thank you, our joining partners, Nepal Air Sport Associations, the entire team of Nepal Paragliding Pilot Clubs, the Powered by Life in Nepal, Nepal Eco Team, NEFA, and the venue organizer, Chika Resort. And I would like to personally thank to our ex-president of Nepal Paragliding Pilot Club, Mr. Krishna, to coordinate, to make this program happen, success with the big guy. And I would like to thank you, our pioneer, Mr. Rajesh Bomza, my great friend here with us. And I would like to thank you, my good friend, Mr. Bimal Adhikari. He's a hero of Nepal, who protected the prestige of Nepal, winning the silver medal in the last Asian Olympic. And I would like to thank Mr. Anil, my good friend, the president of the technical team from now. I would like to thank you, Mr. Ackerman Shivas, and my good brother Alice, who organized this whole program here. And I would like to thank you, all the pilots, to here to learn and to listen to our great sir, Mr. Bijay Lama. And I would like to thank you to Darundai to be here with us as our advisor of Nepal Paragliding Pilot Clubs, and to all the persons, our sisters, all the friends. Again, I would like to say some things here today, because we are the persons, we are the adventurers, ambassadors to tell the people who come to travel in Nepal, because Nepal is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Not only by the natures, through the spiritual place, because we have everything God has gifted, but we don't know what we have. We have to know today, because we are the youth, we are the persons, we're the wall of the nations, to tell the country, to tell the world that Nepal is a very beautiful country, Nepal is a safe place to travel. And we have to promote everything by our attitude, by our safety management, by our welcoming the persons. Because we have the person in the country like Bijay Lama with us. Because he tells every youth to love his country. Because we born here. This is one of the most beautiful country, again I say. But we have some little lack of knowledge or education that we didn't understand. We are standing under the goal, and we are begging with the abroad to get something. We have to know who we are first. We have to know where we come from. What is our duties? What is our systems? We know some things. We are in the pendulum situation by the political to our license, but we have to believe we can change if we are together. We have to be unified. We have to be together to change the things. Because this is our career. This is only our career, it's not only part-time jobs. I know some people it could be a part-time jobs, but for many pilots, this is your own career. So please, and please, please, as the president of Nepal Paragliding Pilots, as a pilot, I would like to humble request, follow the rules, and follow the safety, because safety is very important for you. We know that only a few days before we suffered, one of the pilots suffered from very fatal accidents because he didn't have insurance. All your families, all your children belongs to you. They are dependent on you. If something wrong happened with you, you not only lose the hope, your entire family, all the children lose the hope. So before fly, think about them, their innocent face, their innocent smile, because they're waiting to you after flight to come back home, hug them, because they're your parents. And the person who is flying with you, they're very innocent. They don't know who is a skillful pilot, who have a license, who have insurance. Because his life is controlled by you for 30 minutes in the sky. So you are not flying alone. Somebody is coming from very far away in your country because he believes you and he's coming to fly in the sky. So we have to commitment by ourselves from the heart. So I just want to say all the pilots, okay, between 350 pilots, this majority also not bad, but we can tell each and everyone before we leave from here what we learn, what the Captain Bijay Dai teach us. That's very important for us. I would like to thank you again, Mr. Dai, to be here with us, because today we know the value of our head, our brain, and I promise, and I hope all these entire peoples, the pilots, will follow the rules, will follow the advice what they given to us today in this side of venue. And thank you for everyone, and thank you all the entire team to organize this grateful program with us. Thank you very much.